My dear students, today we will continue the topic the gentleman of the jungle. As yesterday we came to know that man lost the hut to the elephant and he started to grumble. Then lion came and it commanded to frame a commission of inquiry, and the imperial commission was framed according to the order given by the lion, the king of the jungle. And later they started their discussion. We'll continue today. Okay, as in our previous class we concluded here in this endowed with teeth and claws, he might rest assured that they would investigate the matter with the greatest care and report impartially. There here we completed. So in this class we will read what has happened after the framing of the commission of inquiry. And here we will read the commission sat to take the evidence. The Right Honorable Mr. Elephant was first called. He came along with a superior air, brushing his tusks with a sapling which Mrs. Elephant had provided, and in an authoritative voice. Gentlemen of the jungle, there is no need for me to waste your valuable time in relating a story which I am sure you all know. I have always regarded it as my duty to protect the interests of my friends, and this appears to have caused the misunderstanding between myself and my friend here. He invited me to save his hut from being blown away by a hurricane, as the hurricane had gained access owing to the unoccupied space in the hut. I considered it necessary in my friend's own interest to turn the undeveloped space to a more economic use by sitting in it myself, a duty which any of you would undoubtedly have performed with equal readiness in a similar circumstances. Students, here the elephant had given that opportunity to express its case, and it expressed over here. The commission sat to take the evidence. The commission sat, chairman, secretary and all other members of the imperial commission sat, and they started to take the evidence. Evidence in the sense facts or information from both the parties, from the elephant as well as from the man. The Right Honorable Mr. Elephant, the Right Honorable, yesterday I said Right Honorable, this was the title which was given by the Britishers to their high profile personalities. Elephant was first called. Who was given first chance? The elephant was given first chance. He came along with a superior air. Superior in the sense superiority, because he was the minister. He came with a sense of superior highness, brushing his tusks with a sapling. Sapling means a small plant which was given by Mrs. Elephant, and had provided, and in an authoritative voice. Authoritative in the sense you may call conclusive voice or commanding voice or self-confident voice. Here authoritative, AUTHORITATIV, authoritative means commanding voice or self-confident here. It stated its cause. The commission had to take the facts or information, the Right Honorable Mr. Elephant was first called. He came along with the sense of highness or superiority, brushing his tusks with a sapling, the small beautiful plant which was given by Mrs. Elephant. Here the appearance of the elephant, because he is the minister, that is why his appearance is bit fashionable style. Okay, the minister came in a fashionable way. Here sapling which Mrs. Elephant had provided. Mrs. Elephant had provided a small beautiful plant, and that elephant here came along with the superior, brushing his tusks with that sapling in a fashionable way, in a different way, in a stylish way, to attract and to show that there was no wrong from his side, and said in an authoritative voice, said that, "Gentlemen of the jungle, there is no need for me to waste your valuable time in relating story which I am sure you all know." He said, "Gentlemen of the jungle." Gentlemen of the jungle means all the members, the chairman and the secretary, gentlemen of the jungle, as there is no need for me to waste your valuable time. Your time is very valuable, worthy, very important. So I don't want to waste your time in connecting a story which I am sure you all know. I am sure, I am confident that I am not wrong. I haven't done any wrong to my friend, I know. I have always considered it as my duty to protect the interests of my friends. My friends here. I have always considered that it is my duty to protect the welfare or the goodwill or the concern or the interests of my friends. I always take care of my friends. And this appears to have caused the misunderstanding between myself and my friend here. Here, my concern, my duty, my concern, here it appears have caused the misunderstanding. My concern, my help caused the misunderstanding between myself and my friend here. Okay, my helping attitude, my helping nature, my concern and my goodwill towards others paved way for the misunderstanding between myself and my friend here. Actually, I helped. And he further stated his point and his stand. See here, he invited me. He means who here? Man invited me to save his hut from being blown away by a hurricane. See this line. Remember, recall the first paragraph. What is there in first paragraph? A thunderstorm broke out and elephant was in the rain and it couldn't withstand that rain, and it was not possible to tolerate the hailstorms. Hence, it requested the man to give a small place to keep its trunk. So, in first paragraph, that elephant was in a helpless position. Now, the same elephant is changing its tongue, its words, tongue in the sense his words, that the man, he only invited me, not I myself personally went into the hut. He only invited me. So, he invited me for what purpose? To save his hut, to protect his hut. For what? From being blown away by a hurricane. From being blown away by a hurricane. By a hurricane. Hurricane means wild wind. Wild wind. Or cyclonic wind, you may call. It is not a breeze. Hurricane is not a breeze. Okay. Here, his hut was about to blown away, because of hurricane. And suddenly that man called me to protect his hut, as I was there only. That is why I rushed to help to protect his hut. I didn't go myself. He called me to help. He invited me to help. So I went there and helped him. My helping attitude caused misunderstanding between myself and my friend. See, here the attitude of the elephant. And he invited me to save his hut from being blown away by a hurricane. As the hurricane had gained access, as the hurricane has gained access, getting into, as hurricane, the wild wind was getting into the hut. It was getting into the hut due to, owing to, gained access in the sense getting into, owing to means due to, or you may call because of the unoccupied space in the hut. In that hut there was empty place. Because of that reason, that hurricane was getting into the hut and it was about to blown away. Hence, here in the hut, I considered, by seeing that situation of the man and the condition of the hut, seeing that the situation of the man and condition of hut in my friend's own interest, not for my interest, here in my friend's own interest, my friend's own interest, to turn undeveloped space, it is that the place in the hut, it was undeveloped space, to a more economic use, as it was empty. It was undeveloped space and place, and I went into the hut and I intended to take the more economic use. How? By sitting in it myself, as it was empty and it was undeveloped. So I got into the hut to get more economic use. So a duty which any of you would undoubtedly have performed with equally readiness in similar circumstances, similar situations. My friends, the last line, it says that if you were in my position at that time, if you were in my position and my place, you could have done the same. If you were in my position. So I haven't done any wrong. I went there to save the hut as well as the man, as it was being blown away by the hurricane. As the hurricane got into the hut, because of that reason, unoccupied space. That is why I entered into to take the best use of undeveloped space to more economic use by sitting in it myself. And if you were in my position, you could have done the same. Here in this paragraph, the elephant stated its own stand, its own case. So the evidence started to take evidence. Elephant was given first chance, and elephant came in a stylish, in a fashionable, in a different way, brushing his tusks with a small plant which was given by Mrs. Elephant, and stated, I don't want to waste your time. You know, I am right. And expressed, and my helping attitude, my concern created misunderstanding between myself and this man, my good friend. And actually man called me to protect his hut from being blown away by the hurricane. Wild wind was blowing, and because of that his hut was about to blown away. That is why, as the hurricane had entered into the hut, because of that reason, unoccupied space in the hut, I considered it is necessary to protect. That is why I entered into the hut, intended to take the more economic use of that undeveloped space and place. by sitting in it. My friends, gentlemen, if you were in my position, you could have done the same. So it narrated, explained, stated its own stand in front of the Imperial Commission. Okay, here, next, by hearing this one, the elephant's the evidence, we'll see next what had happened. After hearing the Right Honorable Mr. Elephant's conclusive evidence, the commission called Mr. Haina and other elders of the jungle, who all supported what Mr. Elephant had said. They then called the man who began to give his own account of the dispute. But the commission cut him short, saying, "My good man, please confine yourself to relevant issues. We have already heard the circumstances from various unbiased sources. All we wish you to tell us is whether the undeveloped space in your hut was occupied by anyone else before Mr. Elephant assumed his position." See the last sentence. We have already heard the circumstances from various unbiased sources. All we wish you to tell us is whether the undeveloped space in your hut was occupied by anyone else before Mr. Elephant assumed his position. The man began to say no. He has to say no only, but not allowed to speak. So now, in this paragraph, we read about how the commission took their decision after hearing the Right Honorable Mr. Elephant's conclusive evidence. Here, conclusive evidence. Imperial Commission thought that the evidence which was given by the elephant was conclusive decision making. Here, conclusive in the sense decision making. Here in this topic, conclusive means decision making evidence, decision making fact or information. The commission called Mr. Haina and other elders of the jungle. Commission called Haina and other elders of the jungle, once again, who all supported, and they too supported what Mr. Elephant had said. Then they called the man. Here, elders of the jungle, or the members of the jungle, or the chairman or secretary of the jungle or jungle ministry, had finalized the statement which was given by the elephant. That is why we consider it as a conclusive evidence, decision making information which was given by the elephant. The commission called elders along with Haina, and they too supported Mr. Elephant. Then they called Imperial Commission, or the members of the committee called the man who began to give his own account of dispute. His own account here in this topic, his own account in the sense his own details, better called details, explanation, account of dispute means the sense quarrel, account of the dispute, the difference. Dispute means difference here, difference between himself and that elephant. Began to give his own details of the quarrel, details of the difference of opinion, but commission cut him short. Here, cut him short in the sense not allowed. Here, not allowed, cut him short, or we may call interrupt. Cut him short, not allowed. The commission not allowed, saying, my good man, please confine, please restrict Confine means restrict. Confine. Please confine means restrict. Please restrict yourself to relevant issues. To relevant issues. To here relevant issues. Relevant means related issues. Committee side or the members of the committee side, my good man, please restrict yourself to the related issues. Don't speak unwanted thing over here. Okay, here enquiry is going on. Should be very careful. Do you know? We have already heard the circumstances from various unbiased sources. Already we have already heard. We have heard the circumstances from various unbiased sources. Unbiased in the sense impartial. Unbiased. Here, unbiased means impartial. From various impartial sources, we have collected related information and data or the facts from different impartial sources, and we wish you to tell us. We want only one explanation or answer from you. We want only one answer from you. Us is whether undeveloped space in your hut was occupied by anyone else. Undeveloped space in your hut was occupied by anyone else before Mr. Elephant assumed his position. Mr. Elephant assumed. Assumed means taken. Assume means to take. Here, assumed means here V3 form. Okay, take it is, assume. Here we want only one explanation, only one answer from your side, that here whether the undeveloped space in your hut was occupied by any other animal before elephant assumed, taken his position. Before entry of that elephant, any other animal entered into your hut? The question. So what would be the answer? Before the elephant, no other animal had entered into the hut. There was no question of entering into the hut. Here in this paragraph, we came to know about how the committee finalized the statement which was given by the man, conclusive evidence, and all other elders of the forest, they supported Mr. Elephant, and man was given a chance, and he started to explain his own details of the quarrel or difference, but the commission interrupted or cut him short or not allowed to speak, and saying he was explaining, they stopped him. Stop. They started to speak. My good man, please confine, restrict yourself to the related issues. What is going on around here? Speak about the issue which is going on now. We have already heard the circumstances from various unbiased, impartial sources and collected authentic information. All we wish you to tell, we wish that you have to answer the only one thing, that whether the undeveloped space in your hut was occupied by any other or anyone else before Mr. Elephant assumed his position. Before the elephant, any other animal entered into your hut? The question. The man began to say, no. He said, no animals entered. No, but he was telling something, but he was once again cut him short. Okay, see situation of the man over here. Next. Here, but at this point, the commission declared that they had heard the sufficient evidence from both the sides. And retired to consider their decision. After enjoying a delicious meal at the expense of the Right Honorable Mr. Elephant, they reached their verdict called the man and declared as follows: in our opinion, this dispute has arisen through a regrettable misunderstanding due to the backwardness of your ideas. Due to the backwardness of your ideas. We consider that Mr. Elephant has fulfilled his sacred duty of protecting your interests, as it is clearly for your good that the space should be put to its most economic use, and as you yourself haven't reached the stage of expansion which would enable you fill it, we consider it necessary to arrange a compromise to suit both the parties. Mr. Elephant shall continue his occupation of your hut, but we give you permission to look for a site where you can build another hut more suited to your needs, and we will see that you are well protected. See the last line, my dear students, and we will see that you are well protected. Here there is protection. So, here in this paragraph, the final judgment or verdict declared that, but at this point, the commission declared that they had heard sufficient evidence from both the sides, and they said, we have heard, we have collected, we have gathered, listened, that sufficient evidence from both the parties, and both the sides retired, moved to or go away. Moved, retired means moved to or to go away to consider their decision, to finalize their decision. They dispersed. Retired means dispersed or go away or moved to consider their decision. After enjoying a delicious meal, very tasty lunch, delicious meal at the expense of the Right Honorable Mr. Elephant. Okay, the delicious meal was arranged by Right Honorable that Minister Elephant. Okay, they enjoyed the sumptuous, delicious, tasty food, that lunch which was arranged by the Elephant. They reached their verdict. They reached their verdict. Verdict means final judgment. Verdict means final judgment. Final judgment. They called the man and told him, declared as follows. They said as follows: in our opinion, according to us, in our opinion, this difference or issue or quarrel has been through a regrettable misunderstanding. Regrettable misunderstanding. Here, regrettable misunderstanding. What is the meaning of regrettable misunderstanding? Because it is because of the misunderstanding created between the man and elephant. They said, in our opinion, this dispute has arisen through a regrettable, unfortunate misunderstanding. It should not happen, but it had happened. Regrettable, unfortunate misunderstanding. Regrettable. Here, G-R-E-T-T-A-B-L-E. Regrettable means unfortunate. Unfortunate. It is not fortunate. It is not good. But it had happened. What to do now? So, misunderstanding due to this misunderstanding created because of the backwardness of your ideas. You don't know what is going on around you. Backwardness. You people are very backward. You don't know modernization in science, technology, education, mercantile or business, industrialization. So many aspects are there. So that is why backwardness. So I am talking about how European countries exploited their colonies. So they don't know backwardness of their different areas of human life. So misunderstanding due to the backwardness of you are very backward. You don't know the modernization, modern life, modern way of life. You don't know. We consider that Mr. Elephant has fulfilled his sacred duty of protecting your interests. what the Mr. Elephant had done, that is sacred duty, very holy duty, performance. So we appreciate the elephant because of he has fulfilled his sacred duty towards you, as it is clearly for your good that the space should be put to its most economic use, and it is clearly for your good. It is not for the good of the elephant, but it is for the good of you people only, for you only. How? The space should be put to its most economic use. Undeveloped space should be used economically, properly. So that is why it is for you only, not for the elephant. How the Europeans said to those colonial people, what we are doing now, it is for your upliftment, for your benefits, for your welfare, not for our welfare. So good that the space should be put to its most economic use, and as you yourself haven't yet reached the stage of expansion, you don't know how to expand, stage of expansion, you don't know all those things. We know, that is why we are doing all these things. You are lagging behind in different spheres of human walks. Hence, here you haven't yet reached the stage of expansion, expansionism, to increase, which would which would able you to fill it. Yes, our decision or his encroachment here helps you to you people to get better things. So as you yourself haven't yet reached the stage of expansion which would able to fill it, we consider it necessary to arrange a compromise to suit both the parties. They said, finally we have decided to establish or arrange a compromise, a friendly arrangement, a compromise between yourself and elephant. Mr. Elephant, what was the decision? What was the judgment? This is the judgment. Here, this is the judgment. Mr. Elephant shall continue his occupation of your hut. First decision, elephant will continue his occupation of your hut. His occupation of your hut. There is no wrong. He had occupied your hut for your benefits, for your welfare, for your goodwill, not for his welfare. Okay, remember this one. The elephant shall continue his occupation for your hut, but we give permission to look for a site. Another one. This is the first condition, the first one. Next it is, but we give you permission. Yes, we allow. We'll give a chance to you to look for a site. Site. Here, site means place. Here, place. But we give you permission to look for a place where you can build another one hut. You can build another one hut. Don't cry for the last one. And it is for your good only. Okay. So you have given permission to look another one place where you can build another hut. There you can build another one hut, more suited to your ideas. According to your ideas, according to your requirement, you can build another one hut. As we will see that you are well protected, and we want to see that all should be happy in our jungle kingdom. That is said, we will see that all you are well protected, and you will be well protected. In this statement, in this paragraph, the statement finalized or judgment finalized and the verdict came, and they said that this difference or the quarrel created only because of the backwardness of your ideas, and you cannot do. You are not in the position to expand. You don't know all these things. So we know, and it is for your welfare only, it is for your goodwill only, goodness only. So what the Mr. Elephant had done, that is right. And the first verdict, Mr. Elephant shall continue his occupation of your hut. And next verdict, it is another one. You will be given, but we give you permission to look for a site where you can build another hut more suited to your needs, and we will see that you are well protected. So, in this way, the decision, the Imperial Commission, which was established by according to the command of the King of the Jungle, Lion, so gave verdict in this way, and the further things will be continued in our next class. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.